exercise is about interdependence. Because everything depends on everything else in the world to live, everyone and everything has a purpose, a reason, or a meaning in life. You can become mindful of the ways that things are connected, and interdependence can be a focus of your meditation. Sitting comfortably but regally, as if you were a king or a queen, with your spine straight and your belly relaxed, begin to take a few breaths. For this exercise, you'll need some raisins. Go ahead and shift your attention to your raisins. Pick up one raisin and place it in your hand. Examine the raisin as if you're seeing a raisin for the very first time, as if you were from a foreign country and had never seen it before. Observe its color and its texture. Notice its weight or lightness in your hand. Slowly turn the raisin so you can see it from different angles. How does it look from different angles? Is it uniform or is it irregular and uneven? Look very closely, as if you were looking at the raisin through a microscope. Imagine that you could see through time. Can you imagine that one day in the past, this raisin grew on a vine as a grape? Can you see the green color of the vine as it crawls up the trellis? That vine grew in the earth, the dark, rich soil. It was watered by the rain and cooled by the breeze. And the light of the sun made it grow many leaves until it became a large and healthy plant, producing many grapes. Then one day, workers came and picked the grapes and placed them on wooden racks to dry. And when the grapes had dried into raisins, other workers put them into boxes, and put the boxes into boxes, and loaded them onto trucks. Then other workers drove those trucks across hundreds of miles and unloaded those boxes of raisins into the store. Workers at the store put the boxes of raisins on a shelf. And then one day, someone bought the box of raisins with money earned from his or her hard work, helping others. And eventually, one of the raisins in that box made its way into your hand. As you look closely at that raisin, can you see the grapes? Can you see the vine? Can you see the dark, rich soil? Can you feel the rain? Can you feel the breeze? Can you feel the sun? Can you see the hands of the workers? Can you see the birds and the animals that fertilize the soil? Can you see how every plant, animal, and piece of dirt came from the earth? Did you know that the earth one day came out of the sun when the sun was still young? And that everything on the earth, every molecule, every atom, was born in the heart of a star? Can you see the star in that raisin? Next, smell the raisin. Notice its scent. Can you smell the dark, rich soil from which it came? Can you smell the sweat of the workers who worked hard to bring this raisin to you? Can you smell the many living things that are tied together in the life story of this raisin? Return your attention to this raisin, and then, when your mind is fully focused on the raisin, place it in your mouth, but don't chew it yet. Try to pay attention to the exact moment when the urge to chew arises. Where does the urge come from? What does the urge feel like? Who has the urge? What is an urge? How do you know that you think you want to chew? Don't chew it yet. Instead, just notice how your mouth fills with saliva. Notice the taste of the raisin on the tongue. Take a few moments to feel those sensations of craving in your body. Notice whatever thoughts and feelings arise in your mind. You might like to play with the feeling of craving and notice how the feeling changes the longer you keep from taking a bite. Sometimes the feeling of wanting can transform into a feeling of pleasure, a curious tingling kind of high. Eventually, when you're ready, chew the raisin. Really notice and appreciate its flavor, its texture in your mouth. Can you taste the grapes, the vine, the soil, the rain, the animals, the plants, the earth, and the sun? Don't swallow it yet, but instead let it melt and dissolve into your mouth. As you're letting the raisin dissolve, you're letting the grape, the vine, the soil, the rain, the animals, the workers, the earth, the sun, and the stars merge into you. See how long you can really enjoy the flavor before it melts away completely. Notice any urge to swallow, but do not obey the urge. Instead, observe the feeling that arises in the body as you allow this raisin to melt in your mouth with each passing moment. Finally, swallow when you're ready, noticing the feeling of swallowing, the feeling of the raisin going down into your stomach, knowing that you are totally connected with the whole of life, all living things, even the stars. You might consider to yourself, how much more can a simple raisin satisfy you than alcohol or drugs? You have even more purpose now to stay substance-free. If everything in the world depends on everything else, then everything has a purpose. What is the purpose in your life? What is the meaning in your life? You might consider, what actions do you need to take to live your life more in line with your sense of purpose and meaning? How can knowing this purpose or meaning give you the strength to maintain your recovery?